What's up, Crossroads? It is Friday, end of another regular week and time for the weekend. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget, Mother's Day is this Sunday. Do something special. Clean your room. Make your mother breakfast. Do something. You need to cherish the time that you have with your mother. I was talking with Barrett, and it's like, hey, what do you want to get your mom? He said, I've got an idea. So I'm glad he's thinking of it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this study that we've been into. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. And when I first started thinking about the comeback, before I even read the first study, I started going through my mind like different characters, different people in the Bible that I could use to make a Bible study. And Samson's one that came to mind. I've always loved Samson's story. As a kid, I was always a big kid, and I've always been really strong. And so I was like, man, when I have a child, I want to name him Samson. That'd be cool. So Barrett, you got lucky. Your name could have been Samson. Your mom probably wouldn't let that happen. But anyway, I've always loved the story of Samson. And when you think about a comeback story, you want the comeback and then everything's beautiful. You know, whoo, everything's wonderful. But in the story of Samson, his comeback ultimately led to the end of his life. And in just saying it that way, you're like, whoa, that's not much of a comeback. But when you see where he was, when you see how he had focused everything on himself and everything that God had blessed him with had been ripped from him, his last thing that he wanted to do was glorify God. And through the destruction of the evilness that was there, he did just that. It is amazing how even in our lowest places, God can bring us out of that place. My prayer for you is that you never get to that low spot. It's real easy for us to fall away from God. And I pray that if we have wandered off of the path, that we would quickly get back on the path, because the further away we get from the path God has us on, the harder it is for us to get back. My prayer is that we would instantly know that, ooh, I need to get back to where I need to be. Ooh, I need to be reading my Bible. I talked with one of our students, like, hey, are you doing the devotion every day? He said, well, I'm trying to. And I'm like, what else do you have to do? What makes it difficult to take 10 or 15 minutes out of your day to spend that time with God? And that's not a jab at that person going, I can't believe you're not doing that, because I fall in the same boat at times. But I do know that if I get in a routine of not doing what I should do, then it's harder for me to get in the routine of doing what I should be doing. Does that make sense? It's like when I walk away, it's easy for me to stay away. Those of you that have ever been training athletically, or maybe you've tried to do a diet, teenagers, you don't need to worry about diet. Just be a teenager, as active as you are. Yeah, you got to worry about stuff like that. But for adults, we understand. You get to a certain age, it don't matter how many calories you cut, ain't nothing gonna change unless you bust in that exercise too. Yeah, it gets difficult. And when we miss a day, you know, well, it's just one day. When Miss Jessica and I, when we first got married, we lived in town, and I got to where I get up every morning, I'd go jog a mile. Yeah, I could make it a mile. That's nothing for you guys, but for me, it's a big deal. And I jog a mile. And then in the evenings, she and I would jog a mile. And so I was like, hey, let's go. Well, one morning it was raining. I was like, I ain't going to go run in the rain. And the next day it was beautiful. But I got already lazy because I missed that one day. And I never got back in the routine of going and running. Very good friend of mine, Mr. Nathan Tubbs, Pastor Nathan Tubbs, up in Brooklyn. He had posted yesterday that he ran his first 10K. And he's, you know, it's like, it's funny to think about running my 10K, because 3 years ago, I would have told you the only time I run is if something's chasing me. He said, but because of a change in my life, I have purpose to stay fit and to exercise. What's your purpose to stay spiritually fit? What's your purpose to get on this comeback story and make it into a success story that glorifies God in the greatest way? Let's come back. Crossroads, I love you. Hope you had a wonderful week. I do hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Again, spend some time with your mom. Let her know how special she is to you. Sunday, 10:30, we will be together for worship online, so keep that in mind. And also, one of our Crossroads students has a devotion that they have done. They're going to be sending it to me, and we're going to be posting it to all of you. Every one of you students, parents, if you've got a devotion that's on your heart, record that thing, send it to me. We will post it through our Crossroads media things. We just want to get what God's doing in you out to your friends and out to anybody that would hear it. God is doing amazing works in this time. Let's share it. Until we can get back together, I got to get back to work. I got this new thing on my desk and I got to figure out how to crank it. I can't even find where you put a quarter in it. So anyway, I love you, Crossroads. See you.